Alright, we're gonna check the run out of this crankshaft now. Basically we got some machine parallels that we got this set on. We also have it shimmed out because the bearing on the mag side is a smaller diameter, so now the crank's level. And then we'll just go right down the crankshaft here and we'll check each surface next to each web to see how close the crankshaft is in from tolerance. And this is right out of the box basically from shipping, so we haven't even started to hit it with a hammer that much. Shouldn't be needed to get it into true if it is within specs. So right here looks like we're right within a thou, with probably a half a thou right on the end. We'll move it to the next one. We don't want to bottom out our needle. We'll check the run out. And again, we're right within spec. It's hardly moving if at all. We'll go to the next spot. Here we can see it's probably within a half a thou. We'll just keep going right down the line here to the next bearing. That's pretty much right on the money right there. This side. Again, it's basically zero run out. And then we'll go right down to the mag end here. And we'll check the run out here. Here we got a little bit. It's probably just over a thou, but I can easily pick this up real quick and true that end in. Just hold the crank here. Set these back up. Looks like the high point's going to be right here at the keyway. Usually it just requires a small tap to get it within on the ends like that. But see, by doing that, I got it right within 1 thou. If I tap it one more time, it should bring it right in. But what this is telling me is that basically from this point, from the original point that we took throughout the crank, on the outside setup, this crank is within tolerance at 1 thou or less run out. Right now the mag end's within a thou, but I'll get that in a little bit closer. And then the only other thing I noticed too is on the crank itself, there seems to be some black residue on the magneto side cylinder that I'm wiping off, that you can clearly see is on my finger. I can wipe it off here and rub my finger back on the crank, and you can see the dirt and the grime. And if you actually get in this video over here on the bearing, you can see it's almost on the bearing itself, so I'll have to pull that bearing off there and see what's going on. But other than that, everything else looks free on the crank as well. The bearings spin freely, the rods spin freely and have good rod play, also indicating that the crankshaft is within running specifications.